Welcome back again for another round of the Dynamixx Winter Series Cup. It's time for the sixth and final round of a pretty amazing championship so far. We've seen some very interesting races. We started off the season in December at the Daytona Road Course, followed by some exciting races at Suzuka, Spa-Francorchamps, Long Beach, Imola as well, and now we are going to finish off this season at the Hockenheimring. So welcome once again. Currently it's Jens Goossens in pole position. Olivier Bilting, championship leader, is currently in pit lane. It seems maybe he might go. Yeah, he's just going out right now for maybe one final lap, and it gives us a little bit of time to go over the championship standings. In the meanwhile, so as I said, it's Olivier Bilting dominating the championship, scoring maximum points, 150 points, followed by Maarten Dekens in second and Glenn Grondelaars in third with 92 points. Then Jens Goossens with 80 points, Jeremy de Boever 76, followed by Maxime Robroek in P6 with 59 points, Dries Moujdi with 55, followed closely by Jesse Hendricks with 54 points, good for a P8. Then it's Kim Behet and Lucas Romano, who's finishing off in the top 10 with currently 46 points after he restarted his season by changing cars. Yep, you can do that. Next up, Guus Franke, also very close, 44 points, followed by Van Hoenacker, 42 points. P13, Wout Goossens, together with Dirk Bouts. Gilles Philippaerts, 39 points. Diede de Vlaming, 35. P17 is Navarro de Boever, and then it's Dieter Aerts, Hendrik de Graeve, and Bert Schollaert. So that's the top 20. In the meanwhile, we let me still show you the other standings. So some points scored by Tim de Hond as well. James Slaats, 23 points, and Jurgen Knokkaert. Stef Delnoos and ex-aequo for Pieter Goossens and Bram van Aertven in 25th with 4 points. So the qualification is coming to an end. 10 seconds remaining in this session. I think in the meantime, my dear colleague and friend Ronald Mons is there with us as well. Are you there yet, Ronald?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jean.
All right.
Nice to be here
Welcome.
again.
It's the final one for the season.
Yes, indeed. It's a bit later than was on the calendar originally, because there was a major iRacing update when this round was actually scheduled. So we had to postpone the event, but we are now at the Hockenheimring and ready for the final race of the season.
Absolutely. So Jens Goossens is currently in pit lane with a pole position. Bilting is still on track, so I'm not sure if he can still manage to put down a lap time that will be good enough for pole position. Lucas Romano currently in P3, followed by Jeremy de Boever, who's still currently on track as well, so he might be able to improve his time as well.
Yeah, and it's good to see that we still have, I think, 17 cars lining up today. It's the last race of the season, and as I explained before, with a bit of a drift by Olivier. Also a postponed event, and on a different day than the normal race day, so still good to see that people are still showing up for a new race.
Yes, absolutely. All right, session is over, so that means we can have a look at the results. Let's see what we can find. Just like I said, it's Jens Goossens in pole position, followed by championship leader Olivier Bilting. Lucas Romano in third, next to Jeremy de Boever. Third row, Dries Moujdi and Diede de Vlaming, followed by Maarten Dekens and Glenn Grondelaars. And the fifth row is for Jesse Hendricks and Maxime Robroek. P11, so that means the sixth row on the grid is Kurt van Hoenacker next to Dirk Bouts. Then it's Guus Franke and Gilles Philippaerts. Kim ahead and James Slats, and without a valid time in qualifying, Navarro de Boer in last position.
Yeah, and it's the last race of the season, but I think it's the first race where we don't have Olivier Bultink as a pole sitter, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure, but I think this is a first.
They do keep it in the family, so it's within the same team as Olivier. Jens Goossens taking the pole, so they keep it in the team, but it's a different driver this time.
Absolutely, it is. We've seen a very, very strong season by Olivier Bultink, of course, with his domination and perfect score as well. Oh, the lights are going on. That means that all cars are on the grid. It's a short lap behind the pace car, so we will get starting very soon. It's this time it's Jens Goossens deciding when the race is going to start. A little bit of a gap already, so they're trying to get close to each other. Lucas Romano staying behind a little bit. Here they go to the through the stadium section.
Yeah, which is a very narrow part of the track. And it's actually it is an old school circuit. It's not a new one. It used to have a different layout, but
Yes, indeed,
it's
they are
definitely
lining
old
up
school.
on the grid, and it's a green flag.
Yes.
Yes, Goossens is waiting until the flag was being waved. A good start from Goossens and Bultink. Jeremy de Boer as well, taking the position from Romano.
Yeah, clean start by everybody. No issues in the first corner. Now we go into the chicane.
Dries Mujdi getting past Lucas Romano there on the inside. Oh, someone seems to have a slowdown. I think that's James Slats. This is going to be quite an exciting braking zone, I think. 3 wide, almost 4 wide there. Ooh, the Audi a little bit too hard in the brakes, it seemed, for compared to the others. Let's see some flashing headlights as well. Let's see Bultink and Goossens. They are trying to make a gap to de Boer and Mujdi. Mujdi showing some really strong pace very early in this race. It's only the first lap, but he's making up positions and time as well.
Yeah, and it looks like he's getting better every round, because we have seen Dries climbing up the order almost every race, so it's good to see he is continuing his progression as well. And the question is, how long is Olivier going to sit behind his teammate?
That's a good question indeed. I think for now they will try to work together, maybe.
Yeah.
See who's fastest and just try to get away from the rest. They are in the lead of the championship as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So once the race is cooling down a bit, we will go over the championship standings for the teams as well, because there's driver championship and the team championship. Already 2 seconds between Bultink and de Boer. But Mujdi is staying really close here. Lucas Romano is trying his best to keep up, but he has some pressure from a big train led by Jesse Hendricks.
Yeah, not only is Dries Mujdi confirming his progression, also Jeremy de Boer as well, because he's in top 3, so we saw him at the front of the pack also the previous races. I think the last 3 races he was always somewhere in front, so also he is confirming that he deserves his place in the top 3, top 5. So so far a good job by him as well. And
Yeah,
also
absolutely.
Lucas Romano is also close.
Mhm. If De Boer keeps it up like this, he might gain a position in the championship because he's only 4 points behind Jens Goossens, but 16 points behind Glenn Grondelaars. And Glenn Grondelaars is currently in P9, so he might be able to jump over Grondelaars.
Yeah, that also means that Olivier can help his teammate, actually. He doesn't have to win this race. Although it looks great to have won all races in a season, of course. But yeah, if he doesn't pass his teammate, then he's more or less handing some extra points to Jens.
Yes, absolutely, but I don't think Jens will let Olivier pass really soon because his lap time was 2 tenths faster than his teammates. So
Yeah.
he does have a lot of
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah, it's not that he's slow, definitely not. So, but as long as he keeps up this pace, there's no need for Olivier to attack. Actually, so in keeping the championship standing in mind, and they still get maximum points for the team as well if they keep it like this. So 1-2, so they don't need to attack each other.
No, absolutely not. Indeed, and, it's better not to take any risks. Maarten Dekens is in second place in the championship, 17 points ahead of Jens Goossens. So he is going to try and score as much point as he can so that he doesn't lose his position to Jens Goossens. Because if he wins, that's 30 points in the bag. And Dake is currently in 7. That means that he will get, let me think, 7. That's 15 points. So that's just not enough to
there was a
take
big
over his position.
smoke cloud, so somebody went wide, I think.
Yep,
Or
I think
maybe
I
a
see a
braking.
crash.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nope, that looked fine to me.
Yeah. Maybe just a lock up under braking. Yeah, and Maarten Dekens has no teammates to help him. He has to do it all on his own because in front of him there are only other team cars. So, yeah, he's out there on his own. And if he wants to score more points, then he's got to work hard for it, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. His teammate Maxim Robroek is currently in P10, so not in a good position to help his teammate out at the moment. Yes, Hendricks just made the pass on Lucas Romano. Again. No, it's Romano getting past Hendricks again. Yeah, they've been switching positions quite a bit, trying to battle and take over the 4th position. Let me see. I think I saw another thing coming up. Nope, that's also going to be an off track.
Yeah.
That's also something to take into account, of course. There's I think it's a 15-point incident limit, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure if it's 10 or 15.
The two purple Porsches are still very, very close to each other, driving away like it's nothing. 6 seconds is the gap between Biltink and Mujdi right now. Mujdi also making a gap to Romano, but Romano is going to be put under pressure for quite some time, I think. This is going to take a while.
Yeah, and actually there was an incident, I think, because while you were talking about the standings and Golses, Bultink, Muji, Romano, we are missing somebody in front.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Yeah, so there definitely happened something.
Okay, let me go and check it out.
I saw a big cloud, so there.
Ooh.
For some reason, I don't see the replay that you are looking at, I think. Because we have Lucas Romano, that's a live image.
Yeah, now it is live again. Let me see what I can do.
But something happened to the Boover, that's for sure.
Yeah, he had a contact with. I'm not sure who, but it looked like he had a contact.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't see the replay. It always jumped to Lucas for some reason. So,
That's
but indeed,
weird.
we lost the Boover in front.
That's a big shame because he was going to score a lot of points. I think I had a good feeling about it today.
Yep.
That's good news for Martin Dekes because that means that he moved up into P6. So yeah, he's going to try to secure his place today. If Jens Scholzes takes the win, he can't be scoring, I think, under P8. So that's going to be interesting. Oof. Very late in the breaks, Jesse Hendricks. Came really close to the bumper of Romano. Here they go through the last turn. We've seen some off tracks here, especially in the first one as well. It's a very tricky one because it's super high speed, but if the car gets upset over there, it's you could be lucky with the runoff, but the wall is always close, you know.
Yeah, and it's when you have a train of cars like this, it's not easy to overtake because everybody is enjoying the slipstream effect and best opportunity to overtake is somewhere before the hairpin. I would say that's the easiest one to outbrake somebody there because in the stadium section it's not so easy. It's quite narrow. If somebody makes a mistake, it can happen. Oh, that's a big hit. I was too late on the brakes this time. If it was, yes. No,
there
it's
is
not.
multiple crashes coming into the SDK. I don't know if
so
you've
it was
seen
not Jesse, but there was a BMW hitting Jesse Hendricks, I believe.
The BMW, you mean Martin Deges? Who's
Yeah,
behind?
but the timing is off. I'm afraid, because the name is always displaying Jesse Hendricks, even though you are looking at one of the Vortex cars at the moment, a blue Porsche. Is that correct?
No.
No.
I'm looking at Jesse Hendricks. Now I'm looking at Martin Deges.
Okay, then the cameras are not synced. That's probably also why we couldn't see the replay.
Oh, let me see if I have to do something. No. So now you're looking at Martin Deges?
Nope. Yeah, there has been an update of okay, I see what's going on here. Hold on. Okay, now we have the wall. I'm looking at Jens Scholzes and Olivier Bultink at the moment.
Okay, then you're good.
Yeah, so
Easy fix.
Yeah, there has been an update just before we went live of the timing software, and we had to adjust some stuff. I do like this Vortex paint, actually, the black and gold, maybe Lotus inspired
Yeah. Yes,
paint.
indeed. It makes a Porsche look like a Lotus
Yeah,
Elise.
it looks great. It looks great, actually.
The Porsche of Mujdi looks a bit roughed up on the
Yeah,
nose. It looks like he had some contact earlier on. Speaking of contacts, I've seen some crashes coming up in the lifetime. So let's have a look at the
yeah.
Dirk Bouts.
We should be able now to. Yeah, this time it's working, so that's okay. Double tick. Yeah,
Ooh,
that was
that's
the one
oh
we were
yeah.
looking at. The BMW I was
I think
referring
that
to.
was Maxime
Yeah, I
Robo.
think so.
Another one here with Hughes Franke. That's maybe the same one.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yep. But then there's another one with Hughes Franke.
yeah. I think the BMW took. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think they touched. I think he
Yeah, maybe
wanted
just a
to save it.
small. There was room for two cars, I think, but maybe just a small. It's a difficult corner there. If you have to brake a bit harder than you expected, then the end of the car will start trying to pass you. Maybe it's a good idea to have a look at the incident of the Hoover again, because that should be working now as well. So then we have a more clear view of what was happening. No, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's too late. I'm afraid there's a
You don't see it? I
no.
I
There's
did see it.
a syncing issue at the start of the race, I believe. So
Oh, okay.
unfortunately, but
Yeah, well, what happened was he went into T1 and spun out,
yeah.
lost the rear of the car, and then made contact with Mujdi.
Oh, that's probably also why the front of Mujdi is a bit in shambles.
Yes, indeed. So that's the reason why, indeed. Oh, that looked very close for a second.
Yeah.
The yes, Hendricks also gaining a lot. Oh, now it's the BMW of Martin Dijk is getting really close as well. They are really staying close for a very long time now. So that's going to be promising for the rest of the race. Let's hope they can keep up the battle. Of course, there's always the pit stop
Yeah.
strategy. So once they start coming in at around the 45-minute mark, I think, then we might see some changes as well. We've seen different strategies, but also you could clearly see in the past races who practices a lot of pit entries and exits, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of time to be gained in the pit lane.
Yeah, and the question is also how much is the damage on Muji's car hurting his top speed? Because otherwise it might be a good idea to get the pit stop done early and maybe take a little bit of repairs while doing the pit stop. That could help out as well.
Yep.
But for
absolutely.
now,
Oh.
it doesn't seem to have too much negative effect of the damage at the moment.
No, absolutely not. He was
But
able to pull a gap in the beginning, but yeah, that's gone now. It's
yeah.
only 0.5 seconds, 0.6 seconds, but almost 12 seconds between P2
Yeah.
and P3 now. The boys of Sindistrict by VIB Sport are really going at it. Who also at 0.8 of a second from his teammates Olivier Bultink.
Yeah, that's the advantage, of course, having two cars of the same team and in front. They don't have to worry about, they don't have to defend, while if you're in this train, you have to look forward, but also you need to look in your rear view mirror as well. And apparently it's not Lotus inspired, but still it's yeah, it still looks like, um, or it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like the let's say the famous one there. The it's something with works. I think no John Player special stuff. That's the classic
Ah, yeah.
Formula One black and gold paint. And indeed, it doesn't look like that one, but yeah, gold and black will always have some air of Lotus because we have those memories, I guess. At least I have those memories because I'm old.
Time to get nostalgic.
Yes. You have I'm like the if when we're talking about gold, you had a show, The Golden Girls, about four older ladies. So I guess I'm in the golden age now, more or less.
That's another way of saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Oh, the
Muji has got he just has to make sure that he gets good exit out of that. It's not a very tight chicane, but the right left combination after turn one, to make sure that he can keep the gap until the hairpin. And then it should be quite safe because it's not easy to pass. So we just have to make sure that he nails that exit before the long straight going up to the hairpin. You just have to nail that every time. Because if he makes a
yeah,
mistake
absolutely.
here, then or in the next corner, then
In a 1 hour 15-minute race, it's not about doing it good once. You have to do
yeah,
it every
every
lap
time.
over and over again because it's uh it's a long sprint race and just
Yeah,
all out from the start to beginning.
yeah, and especially if you have like four cars behind you that are eager to overtake. Yeah, he's defending.
Yeah, there is Muji on the
Ooh,
inside defending Romano on the outside. I
who's
think
going to
he
have the
made it
overspeed?
work.
Yeah,
I think he did. Now it's his Muji's teammate Hendricks behind him.
yeah,
But it does look like Mujdi is thrown a little bit off guard, and yes, Hendricks might have the pace to get a grip on the position.
yeah. It might be a good time. I think how long he should be able to do another pit stop. I think maybe there's something to think about to get the car fixed a little bit. They don't have a fast repair, if I'm not mistaken, but still, while doing a pit stop, some of the damage will be repaired, I believe.
Yeah, but it's not much.
No, it's mostly visual.
Yeah, the ones you don't want to repair.
Yeah,
Bacon's on the attack. Hendricks is going to have to watch out into the braking zone into the next turns, I think, because it does look like he's going to close the gap, especially if he has a good exit now. But Hendricks can still take profit of the little bit of slipstream he gets from his teammates, so that's a nice gift.
yeah,
See,
and
Mujdi.
Romano is more or less pulling away slightly.
Mm-hmm. It looks. Oh, Mujdi
Ooh,
going wide
yeah,
here. That's going to compromise his
yeah,
position. Maybe one, maybe two positions. Let's see at the end of the straight here. He's going to have to defend hard against the BMW.
yeah. Or maybe
Thank-
they decided to leave to give the position to Jesse. Maybe to use the slipstream a bit more.
Yep, that's a possibility as well.
But the gap is too big, so I think it was maybe a mistake by Mujdi.
Maybe Mujdi noticed that he had maybe just a little bit of less top speed and knows he's going to slow down Jesse too much, wants to let him go, and in the meanwhile he gets to try to slow down the train behind
Yeah.
him. Maarten Dekes and Diede de Vlaming.
But yeah, Dakens is very close, so if he can stay that close,
Yeah.
it could follow an attack maybe. He's closing in.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
going to attack on the
yeah,
inside,
he's going
Mujdi
to
on the
have the
outside. I
position.
don't think he's going to be able to
No.
defend this, so he loses the position. Now has to focus on the exit to stay as close to Diggs as he can because De Vlaming is really close with his pink Porsche. Once again into the stadium section for the 14th time this lap, this race. Horses and Building are inseparable as well.
Yeah.
Less than half a second between the leader and his teammate.
Yeah, and a gap of 15 seconds.
It's incredible. It feels like they do nothing but sim racing. Just because they're always so quick. If Mujdi can keep up his pace, maybe pit early, try to repair just a little bit of damage and try to keep his position, then they might score some good points for Dynamixx Racing Pink as well. Maybe it's a good time to have a look at the championship
Yeah.
standings, the team standings, I mean. Let's see. It's of course it's Sim District by Vibe Sport, still in first position with 230 points, followed by Flemish Sim Sports Red with 156 points. That's Dekes and Robroek. Then it's Vortex 1, Guus Franke and De Boever with 120 points. Dynamixx Racing Pink 109, so they lost the position to Vortex 1 in the previous round, but it does look like they are going to retake that position since both drivers of Dynamixx Racing Pink are in the top 10 right now. Then it's Digitech Sim Racing Team in P5 with 92 points, followed with a gap of 6 points by Vortex 2. That's Lucas Romano and Dirk Bouts. Flemish Sim Sports Yellow is in P7 with 76 points, followed by their teammates Flemish Sim Sports White with 70 points, so also a close one between them. Another 6-point gap is to P9 Sim Point, 64 points, followed by Vortex 4 with 58 points. P11, 55 points, Vortex 3. Then it's Braap with 23 points, but that's I think a single entry, so only two driver teams are qualified for the championship. And then Dynamixx Racing, Dynamixx Red, Dynamixx Orange, L&D Racing, and Rock Racing. Back to the race, Diede de Vlaming is getting really close to Mujdi. He's not going to like this because he's going to the outside here, and that means that he has the inside in the next braking zone, and he is already passed in the braking zone. Looks to go a little bit too hot into the brakes, but takes over the position. So I do think Mujdi is suffering a little bit from the damages because he was so quick in the beginning, managed to pull into P3 and make a gap as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have an answer. He can't defend. He can't do anything about it because he's just probably down on top speed.
Oh, that's
That's
a spin. That's James Slots
yeah.
into the penultimate corner. lost the rear, but made back on track safely. No more incidents whatsoever. Gilles Philippart's in
Ooh,
P12
bit of a
currently. He's going
mistake.
to have to defend to Dirk Bouts, and he's going to defend quite soon because he just made a small mistake, and that's going to cost him because now he lost a good exit onto the start-finish straight. Lost, I think, 0.2 of a second. Let's see. Let's follow them around for a bit. Can Bouts get closer to Philipparts? Yes, he does. That's another 0.1 he
Yeah,
gained.
and it looks to me like Philippines just was struggling to get traction.
Yes, indeed, he was. Yeah, it looked like a very good exit already. 0.2 gained by Dirk Bouts. Less than 0.4 of a second between the two of them. Again, in the stadium section. Oh, no, not yet into the stadium section, excuse me. Some proper driving from Bouts and Philippas. They were doing similar lap times. That their fastest lap time is quite identical. Are doing good lap times now as well. But Bouts gained half a second in the previous lap, so we are going to have to keep an eye on them. Maxim Robroek is getting closer and closer to Mujdi as well now. So looks like Mujdi is going to be under attack in the next few corners. Might lose another position due to
Yeah,
the damages he suffered from, but he's going to have to drive until the pit window opens. And I think as soon as it opens that he could go into pit lane to refuel, repair a little bit of the damage, to try and
yeah,
save it.
because otherwise I do think that also Kurt van Hoenacker will get back. I'll have a look at the lap times.
Yeah, you see
Last one
Mujdi is really driving
yeah.
at his maximum effort, but the car is just unable to keep up with the others.
Yeah, we could if we find the time, we could have a look on board with him to see if the steering is still straight.
Yes, absolutely. That's something we can do.
That looks to be okay. So the steering is
Yeah,
still okay.
the
It's aerial damage, and is that new or is that just me that's seeing stuff? Is I'm looking for the right word in English, but the hood is moving. Or are those just shadows? But it looks like it's loose.
Oh yeah, it does. Yes, indeed, it does look like it's moving.
Maybe we could check out another Porsche to see one that's not having any damage. So this is probably hurting his dynamica. So I guess this is solid. It's not moving, as you see.
You might be old, Ronald, but you still have good eyes. Can't deny that.
Yeah, as long as 1 meter away, I still can see stuff. If it's getting too close, it's getting harder. But I think I haven't noticed that before actually. So
No, me neither. It's a good spot, and that might indeed be one of the issues because also his front bumper
yeah,
is
yeah.
having a tough time.
So that means that the airflow is definitely disturbed by um, a clapping hood.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say flappering, but that's probably not the correct English word. Although we could
It's
make it
good
a
to.
correct word.
Oh,
Ooh, that
very
was
close.
yeah,
Joosten Bultink
yeah,
was almost a bumper to bumper contact. Wouldn't have been a big contact, but it was really close though. As well as Hendricks, who's getting really close to Romano now. Maybe might make a move
yeah. I
here. He's
think
going on the outside in the braking zone. Does make it halfway past. Still on the outside.
good move.
Compromise his
Yeah,
exit a bit.
nice.
Let's keep an eye on them because Dekes is coming to join them as well.
Yeah, Romano was defending nicely, but I think that means I think he made a mistake probably somewhere because there was a he had a there was a gap between him and Hendricks, so maybe a bad exit.
Yeah, it might have been indeed. To be fair, Hosses and Biltink are really close to each other as well. They
Yeah,
are trying to enjoy it as much as they can. I think maybe push themselves a little bit.
yeah. I just wanted to say I think Olivier was sending a message. Okay, now move on, my son, or otherwise.
It is time.
Yes. Now it won't take long before they will hit traffic because I saw some other cars in front of them.
Mhm.
Um,
Olivier Bilting did say in the chat at the beginning, before the race, that he didn't run for 2 weeks, which I don't really believe, unless he refers to jogging and not sim racing.
yeah.
Oh, side by
Again,
side, Hendricks and Romano. This time it's
Romano is still on the inside.
yeah, Romano is still on the inside, and just like the previous lap. Dake is staying as close as he can. Try
Yeah.
to maximize the exit because maybe he can undercut here. That
Ooh,
looks
yeah.
like a very good move. He's going to try to take slipstream, but doesn't really make it stick, unfortunately. It did look like a really good move. That
Ballsy.
looked really sketchy.
Yeah.
Oh, and on the inside,
Yeah,
nice
he's still
attack. Oh, and
cut
no,
back.
it's not over yet. Romano is still there. Oh, side by side, door to door almost.
Oh, Dekus
Wow.
again following. Nicely defended by
Ooh.
Romano as well.
Very strong racing here. Oh, that's
somebody's going into pit lane.
he's going into
Yeah.
pit lane. That looked like a very close call from Dick's side. I think that would
Yeah.
be pretty impressive to look at from the cockpit. Actually, let's do that. I think we can.
Just too late.
That's not the cockpit. Excuse me. Let me have another go. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't
Yeah.
really see it. I have to change the
The timing of the replay.
timing. Yep.
Yeah, but it was something I wanted to mention as well, actually, when we were talking about Muji and the damage he had. So, if you would have gone in a bit earlier, of course, you have to make sure that you can get enough fuel to get to the end, but it would have given him a clear track as well, and that might be the decision that Hendricks was taking now. So, okay, I can stay behind and fight and try to get in front and lose time, or I can go for an early pit stop, try to get some clean air, and then go for the it's not the undercut. It's the
Hmm.
how do they call it if it's in front? Some other kind of cut
Let's say overcut.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and like we mentioned, indeed, Gulses and Bulting are now getting into traffic. Although the traffic is not that much today, um, it's not a short track, so
Yes, Hendrix does have the clean air he wanted. So that's a very good thing for him. Let's hope. So now it's up to him to do the best lap times he can. This is going to be one to watch as well. Dekes and Romano
yeah.
and the Vlaming in the pink Porsche is going to join them as well.
Yeah, and this could all be in favor of Hendrix actually. If these guys start fighting and their times are dropping, and Hendrix can optimize his lap times, that could be a good strategy by Hendrix as well. To bail out for now and just trying to do his own.
The battle between Dirk Bouts and Philippaerts continues as well. Not quite battling yet. They're just staying really close to each other. Some laps earlier we saw Bouts with 2 or 3 tenths of a second between two of them. Now it's just under half a second.
Yeah, mind games definitely. That's that they are playing mind games. I'm quite sure of that. Not yet making a move, but yeah, definitely making or adding pressure is Bouts at the moment.
Yeah, of course, because Philippaerts will constantly have to be looking in his mirror to see if he gets closer or not. And that's it's something you have to take in account when you're
Yeah.
racing. It's not always easy.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if some of the drivers have a spotter, a live spotter, and or maybe a team manager who is looking at both cars and trying to to say, okay, bid now because that's the better strategy at the moment.
Yeah, it's always a tough call to make the right decisions.
Yeah, especially if
Because
you're
the
when you're
race.
racing yourself. I mean, you don't have you can have some kind of
Mhm.
tunnel vision, just looking into the car in front of you and not seeing the big picture, while
Yeah.
somebody of the team can have
Mhm.
a more of an overlook and try to make
Yeah.
the correct calls at the right
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're in the car, you can't really know for sure what
Oops,
position you're in. Yeah, I think that was a crash. James
slots. Yeah,
Slats, I think.
yeah, indeed.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, looks like he loses a rear.
It's a copy paste of the move we saw earlier, I think. Was
Yeah,
it
indeed.
James as well?
I'm not sure if it was James. I don't think so, no.
Well, it was the same paint. That I think. Not sure.
Yeah, maybe it was then. Otherwise, it would have been Dieter de Vlaming, but Dieter de Vlaming is in P5 here,
Yeah,
currently on screen.
yeah, yeah. Doing a great job actually, Dieter, at the moment.
Absolutely. Just as the other guys of
Mm.
the top 4, because some immense fast driving from Gosses and Biltink with a gap of 25 seconds to Romano. Of course, they didn't really have to battle, and Romano did have to battle a lot, so that makes you lose time as well. But nonetheless, their lap times are incredibly fast.
Yeah,
Currently driving 1 second faster than Romano.
and we have Gilles Philippaerts in pit as well. So that means that it's time for Bouts to push as hard as he can.
Yes, indeed. So
Yeah,
he finally got the position, but of course it's only virtually because Dirk Buits will still have to make a pit stop, and if he manages to do it in less time than Van Hoenacker, then Philippard, sorry, then he will get the position for free.
yeah,
Yes, Hendricks did have a really long pit stop compared to the others, to be honest.
yeah. He was the first to go in. Maxime
Van
Robruk is.
Hoenacker had a 42-second pit stop, pit lane time, and Hendricks 50 seconds. But Mujdi as well, 49 and a half.
Yeah. Now the pit time of Kurt was indeed only 22 seconds, while Hendricks and Mujdi had 30 and 31 seconds. But yeah, maybe it's because of they pitted up more a bit earlier, so more fuel maybe.
Yeah, and Van Hoenacker is driving the Audi, and Mujdi and Hendricks are driving the Porsche, so
Yeah.
that might be something to take into account as well. Maybe
Yeah.
the Audi uses less fuel on his track.
Could be. And also now the two cars in front are coming into pit lane as well.
And I think, but I'm not sure. Maybe the Audi has a bigger fuel tank,
Could be.
but
Could be. Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's Golses and Biltink into pit lane. That means Romano might be taking the position while the others are still in pits.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Of course, he will still have to make the pit stop as well. Everybody has to make one. It's obligatory, but also you don't really make it to the end of the race without refueling.
Coming out of the pit, Goossens seems to be still in front. Yeah, so no change there. Martin Dijk is also coming out of pit lane. And indeed, it looks like Hendricks lost quite some time, because we can see him coming out of turn one, but he still has Robruk in front of him as well.
Yes, indeed he has. So
yeah, it's
no good news for him.
5 second difference, pit box time actually.
Yep, indeed. But also a different car brand, so I'm not sure if the Porsches use more fuel or have a smaller tank. We'll have to find that out later. Jens Gross is behind Grondelaars now for position, but of course you do have to take into account that Grondelaars still has to make the pit stop, just like the other drivers in the top three.
Yeah.
Let's see if Gross will be able to make a pass here on the straight.
And like you said, it's for position, so Grondelaars is not getting a blue flag.
Yeah, but there's always something called realism.
Yeah.
Would be quite impressive if someone manages to pass the leaders for position.
Yeah, but I think
really close.
Yeah.
Of course, René Grondelaars doesn't really want to lose any time as well, because all time he loses now, that means that he could lose a position.
Yeah, I think he could have make it a bit more easier, I think. But of course, yeah, technically he can defend the position, because it's for a position, although you still have to come in, so yeah. It's not always easy, because you don't want to make mistakes, because you don't want to hit the the virtual leaders getting by, so to speak. So you could get nervous as well and make a mistake.
Absolutely. 48 minutes have passed. 29 laps have been driven by the race leaders currently. It looks like De Vlaming is
Yeah.
in pit lane, changing tires as well. Lucas Romano is still out on track. And the only one left to pit in the top 10 is Dirk Bouts. That's the... so only Romano, Grondelaars and Bouts have to make their pit stops. They're really trying to extend the first stint as
Yeah.
much as they can.
Yeah, it could be maybe the other cars took less fuel. Because you have some room. You don't have to start with a full tank. You can split the race in two parts, even parts. I even think so. So yeah, there's definitely some room, and maybe Bouts and Romano and also Gronlaars took all the fuel they could take at the start, and while others maybe just fueled up for about maybe like 80% or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuel capacity is already limited, I think, to make sure that they... No, it's not. No, it's
No.
not limited. But they just can maximally do 45 minutes.
Yeah.
50 minutes maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
50
it
minutes
looks like
probably
50 minutes because Romano is still driving. So yeah.
Yeah, Romano still driving, Grondelaars and Bouts as well, so they are not coming out. Oh, no, Bouts is coming into pit lane just now
Yeah, I
after
think you
30
can,
laps.
if you really try hard and depending on the track, you could push it to like maybe 55 minutes, but I think that's the max, the maximum.
Yeah, no, you'll have to do some slipstreaming then.
Yeah. Yeah, lift and coast maybe a little bit.
That I suspect that Romano and Grondelaars will also come in this lap. Don't think they will have much more left. I'm not sure if everyone is taking tires. I did see some cars being lifted in pit lane, so that means that they are changing the tires.
Yeah, Goossens and Bulting definitely took tires because we saw the cars being jacked up. Yeah, Jens Goos is leading the race, but also having set the fastest lap, so he's definitely. Is that Romano? That's a costly mistake. Did he miss pit lane?
I think he did. I think he wanted to go into pit lane and maybe spin, or maybe he just lost the rear when he wanted to go for one more lap. I'm not quite sure.
That's going to be costly. That could be a podium out of the window. Oh no, he didn't want to come in. So the good news is he probably has still fuel left. So
he should
can
make
probably
it to the end of
finish
his
the lap. So that's not that bad, I guess.
Would have been quite shitty to miss your pit entry
and
then
and then you have to stay cool because you have to keep your emotions under control.
Or reverse onto the track into a pit entry.
Yeah.
There's always that.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you don't get a penalty as well.
Yeah, of course there is a race control as well, but I haven't seen any reports tonight yet. No major incidents as well. A spin here and there, maybe some light contact. But I think the biggest contact we saw was between It was the Boever and Mujdi, I think. I saw it. You didn't see it because
Yep.
replay was messed up, but you get it.
Yeah, there were some cars that pushed each other. Okay, Romano is getting into pit lane.
It was
So
about time, I think.
yeah. So now we have to check because Glenn Gronelaars still needs to come in. But Martin Dekens has done his pit stop. So it's between Dekens and Romano. So we might have to have a look at Dekens to see where he is. Because Romano is getting out of pit lane at the moment. Yeah,
Oh,
there he
yep.
is. He's in
He's over
front.
there.
And Dekens is being attacked by the Vlaming.
Oh, and it looks like he's going to lose a position. Oh, that's a contact!
Yeah.
Good reaction to try to get away from each other, but that's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, you can try to squeeze, but the other car has to make the corner as well. So don't think it was a good idea to squeeze that hard actually, because you're compromising your exit as well and the top speed on the straight. Although it looked like that from the camera angle, so if you look at it from a different angle, it could look different, of course. But
Yeah, absolutely. We're always quite unsure.
yeah,
We're not the decision
always
makers
a little
either.
bit afraid of saying stuff like that. But yeah, still, I don't think you have to defend that hard in that place. Just you have to focus on getting a good exit.
Gronelaar's really not feeling like coming into pit
No,
lane.
no, he's
He's feeling
driving an
comfortable on the
EV, I
tires,
think.
maybe. Then he would have been in pit lane since lap 2.
Yeah. So he can do a few laps, a bit more laps, but then he has to like recharge for 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, but you still have to finish in order to score points, I think.
Yeah.
So
Could be a Taycan looking like an Audi, maybe. Disguised as an Audi.
20 more minutes to go. 19 minutes almost. We've been doing more than 33 laps right now. It's still pole position. Jens Goos is in the lead. Bultink in second. Gronelaar is now still in 3, but he's going to be passed by Lucas Romano once he gets into pit lane. I suspect at the end of this lap, then let's say I'm just gonna keep saying it until he does.
Yeah, and Jens Goos is definitely earning his first place at the moment because, like we said, he has done the fastest lap so far, which is remarkable because Olivier is also having probably some slipstream. So, yeah. And now Gronelaars is getting into pit lane as well.
You see, I said it. Let's have a look at Robroek. He is getting closer and closer to his teammate Maarten Dekens as well. The two Flemish Sinsports red drivers currently in second place in the team championships. Just like we saw earlier. 156 points, so yeah, too far apart from the first position. That's definitely going to go to Syndistic by Vibe Esports with Gosses and Bultink. But Vortex 1 is in the running still, 120 points, so that's 36 points behind them. They will have to up their game if they still want to take it over, but anything's possible.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be close between Gronelaars and Hendricks as well, because Gronelaars was coming out of pit lane and also Hendricks was there, so they close to each other. So indeed, like you said, Jean, Hendricks not having the best pit stop. Because
yeah, very unfortunate because he was so strong when there was the battle in the slipstream train, let's say it. Let's call it. Let's look on board with Grandelaars taking a little bit of a different line there, trying to maximize the exit. The entry of Hendricks didn't look perfect, but he did make it work. Still manages to hold down the gap. Hendricks currently P8 in the championship with 54 points. Grandelaars in P3 in the championship with 92 points. So he will want to keep his podium position. Dekes has 97 points, so there's only a 5-point difference between Dekes and Grandelaars. It looks like Dekes will keep his position as of now, but or maybe not, because let me show the standings again, because it's going to get quite interesting, I think.
Yeah. And I was looking at the standings at the timing tower actually, and because before Dirk Bouts and Gilles Philippaerts were close to each other, and we lost Philippaerts for some reason. Not sure what happened to him actually.
No, not sure. Looks like he has disappeared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him jump to pit lane recently.
Jump to pits. It's showing actually.
Oh yeah, now it does.
And also
That's
Kim
me.
has had an issue.
All right,
It looks
so
to me like a disconnect, and now he's in pit probably. So I'm afraid Gilles had a
yeah, that's
disconnect.
possible.
Yeah.
We've seen those things happen before.
Yeah.
So I'm showing the championship standings now, the driver standings. So you see Jens Gols is in P4. He's going to score 30 points if he manages to keep his position. So that means he goes to 110. Maarten Dekes is currently in P5. That's good to earn 19 points. That means he's going to 116. So that means he can still keep his position. But once he drops back lower into the top 10, he might lose it to Jens Goossens. And Grandelaars, let's have a look. He's currently in P8. That's 13 points, so he should go to 105. So if Jens Goossens wins, he is going into third position in the championship standings, as it is standing now, of course. There's still 15 minutes to go in this race.
Yeah, but there's no real threat for Maarten at the moment. I'm guessing that Maxime won't attack. And I don't see Jesse Hendricks getting back to them because it's a gap of 5 seconds. They're running about the same lap times at the moment.
Yeah, if Robert passes Dekes, it wouldn't really change his championship results, but it could compromise Dekes' position in the championship standings.
Yeah.
So, if it's a team call, they will probably not swap positions. But of course, if something happens to Dekes, then Maxi Robert will not hesitate to take over his position.
Yeah. We can see that Kim Behet is also in pit lane. There was a crash. Did he run wide, maybe?
That's a bit
not a
much
wall
over
on the
the curve.
inside. No.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a close one.
Yeah. But he still went into pit lane. He's also turning his wheel, as you can see, a few times. So maybe
Yep.
some technical issues.
More than a second between Gosses and Bunting right now. That's the biggest gap we've seen
Yeah,
between the leaders in this race. The
yeah.
gap
It's not
between Diggs and Roburg is still
if
very small, though.
yeah if Jens wins the race, it's not a gift by Olivier. It's an earned victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This isn't a team call.
No.
It's a proper race result.
Yeah.
That's that's all for a good effort.
Yeah. If possible, could we have a look on board with Dries Muji again? I just want to see the flappering hood again. No, I just want to see if there it is it. They use some duct tape. Yeah, it's no
Yeah, I
longer
think they did.
moving. It's still not looking very straight, but they taped it.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's no longer
looks
moving. Yeah,
looks solid to me.
yeah,
Let's have a look from the outside. How does it look? No, the damage
it's
is
still there. Yeah,
cosmetically still present. I hope mechanically it's somewhat fixed, but of course the result he hoped for is now out of scope. He
Yeah.
is currently in P9. Should be able to keep his position for the next 10 minutes, I think. So it's a good result. It's a good effort, but very unfortunate of the damages he had when the Bouvre had a spin. Nothing to do. He couldn't
Yeah.
really go to another side. Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, Dieter de Vlaming running in P4. Nice job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe it's going to be close, but I think this could bring him into the top 10 of the driver championships. Let's see. He's currently in P16 with 35 points. But if
Yeah.
you look at P10, P10 has 46 points currently. Of course, that is Lucas Romano. He's going to score big points today. But Hughes Frank isn't going to score that many points because he is in P16 in this race currently. So, yep,
Yeah, and
might be a good move.
yeah, and looking at the lap times, also the previous lap, but also this lap, he was gaining on Romano actually.
Yes, absolutely.
Was a little bit
That's
faster.
It's not much, but it's something, you know. The gap is still 2 seconds though, so I'm not sure if he has the time to make the move, but he can get closer, of course. That's for sure. Especially once he gets under that 1 second, 9/10 of a second gap, that's when the slipstream will start to really work, and then we might see maybe a final lap battle. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he should be like half a second faster as of now. Actually, I think they have about like maybe four laps to go, 5, depends. While the gap is indeed about something like 2 seconds, so yeah, he really has to push very hard to close that
Absolutely.
gap.
I didn't say he wouldn't have to work for it,
Yeah.
Ronald.
No.
Nothing's for free, you know.
No. Yeah, Jens
Alright.
Goes is also still pulling away.
Yeah, absolutely.
1.6.
1.6 seconds. 1/10 faster again in the previous lap, so gap keeps getting bigger. If one thing Olivier Bilting said in the beginning that he hadn't been running for 2 weeks, his speed isn't off, but maybe his consistency is towards the end of the race. But
Yeah.
other than that, I can't say anything. Hola.
Yeah, I just wanted to say he's again faster this lap, so he did he didn't need. Oh, that's an easy pass. So
Yeah, that's a proper gift.
yes, indeed. That's probably to help the team because yeah, Lucas by changing car is not really a contender in the championship, so to say. So
Yeah,
indeed, it's
I'm looking
probably
at the team
yeah,
championships. Let me show it to you all.
yeah,
So you currently have Vortex 1. So that's Romano in P3 with 120 points. But they can't really gain another
no,
position, I think, in this race. But if you look at P10, that's Vortex 4. So that means Dieter de Vlaming. They are really close to the others. And
yeah,
yeah, moving from P4 to P3, that's another extra 2 points, which might be enough. Maybe they made some calculations.
yeah,
Who knows?
indeed. And
Oh,
in
excuse me. R-
oh,
Romano into pit lane. Would it be a drive-through due to incident points? I think it is. Oh
yeah,
no, that's horrible.
yeah,
He's lost so many positions now. He's lost 5 positions due
he's,
to the drive-through penalty right before the end of the race. Only 6 minutes left on the clock. That's a shame. That's unfortunate. Robroek still behind Dekes. I think it will stay like that for the remainder of the race. Another 3 tenths gain by Jens Goossens
yeah.
compared to his teammate Olivier Biltink. You can see the gap now on the screen. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Now this also means that suddenly Dieter de Vlaming is on the podium, and Dekens and Robroek are doing are not faster. They are doing more or less the same lap times. So yeah, 5 minutes to go, and that could be a podium.
Yep, but you still, we just saw it. Once you make one mistake too much, you lose all the positions
Yeah,
you gained. And a very unfortunate event for Romano.
yeah,
But the rules are the rules, and they're the same for everyone. I haven't seen any other drive-through penalties. I think maybe we just missed it.
yeah. You can pick some incident. It's like in turn one, I believe. There's a on the outside. You can easily pick up an off track. I also think coming out of the hairpin, but then you have to go over that nasty, yeah, sleeping policeman, or how it's a.
Yeah, they're quite brutal.
Yeah, and there's also I think an off track somewhere in the stadium section. Yeah, on the outside of when you come out at that smaller hairpin, and also here you can go wide. So and also coming out of this, yeah, there's some quite. There are some opportunities to to pick up some yeah off tracks.
Another 3 tenths gained by Goossens. So more than
Yeah,
2 seconds between the two of them. So just like you said it before, this is all merit
yeah,
due to the efforts in this race. Strongest pace throughout the race overall, with the fastest. Oh, the only one to drive into the 1 minute 37s, by the way, as a fastest lap time. Impressive. Yes, Hendricks managed to pull away from Grandelaars. 2 seconds between the two of them now. And Lucas Romano, who dropped back to P8, might maybe have another shot at P7, but he's still 1.5 seconds away. So we're not certain, of course. It's been a proper season, I think. Some very good and close battles. Interesting races we've seen. I think my favorite one was one in Daytona because I don't know, I just love the track so much because it brings the racing so close with the slipstream.
Yeah.
Another 2 minutes left on the clock. Oh,
Oh no.
something happened, and that brings the two Flemish Team Sports Reds in P3 and P4. And let's have a quick look at this. I think it was just a spin on his own.
Yeah, just a classic. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, this gotta hurt so much. This
That's
hurts.
yeah, and it was a close call too with the rejoin.
Yeah. So another driver on the podium at the moment. So P3 is something that's very wanted this race. We have seen a few people on the third step of the podium.
Yeah, it's been a battle on itself.
Yeah.
30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think we're going to see the white flag right now.
Yes, we do have
Oh,
a
no,
white
we
flag.
do. We
Yeah.
see the white flag. So let's see final lap of the race, but also of the championship. After 6 rounds, it looks to be that it's going to be Jens Goossens taking the win for the first time in the championship. For the first time, it's going to be someone else other than Olivier Bultink. But they are still teammates, so then it's all fine. Here's Bultink, followed by a back marker that's the number 14, Jeremy de Boever, who we saw in the top 5 early on in the race as well. I think even P3.
P3 as well, yeah, indeed. So that's also one of the
he's
drivers.
just one of those.
Yes.
I think Goossens is going to be really, really happy with this win. But Bultink can be happy as well because he is the championship winner. Maarten Dekens, of course, happy to take another podium and to secure his position as well, because that means that Jens Goossens will not be able to pass him in the championship standings. And here he comes.
Yes.
That's Jens Goossens with the win, followed by his teammates Olivier Bultink.
A 1-2 for the team.
Let's see, here is Maarten Dekens, followed by his teammate Maxime Robroek. Of course, there was a gap of more than 20 seconds, so we still have to wait a little bit before they can cross the finish line. Through the final sector for the very last time in this race and in this championship.
Yeah.
Maarten Dekens taking the podium place, the
And
third
also,
podium place.
Yeah, earned this position as well. Did not make any mistakes, while others did, and that's why he is on the third step at the moment.
Glenn Gondelaars over the line in 7. Romano, unfortunately, in 8 after his drive-through pit stop just a couple laps before. Mujdi going wide there for the very last time as he waves over the finish line. Next up is Kurt van Hoenacker in the black and green Audi. Dirk Bouts, P11. Showed some good battles with Philippe Aerts earlier on.
Yeah.
Now we will have to wait just a bit before Kimbe head. I'm not sure if he's going to go over the finish line.
Not sure if he is still running. Actually, no, he's no. I think he. Yeah, we have everybody at the finish at the moment.
Yes, quite some non-finishers, unfortunately, due to some incidents later in the race. But yep, that's it for tonight. Ronald, you want to go through the standings?
Yes, let's have a look at the race results of the round 6 Hockenheimring. A solid victory by Jens Goossens of Sim District by Vibe Esports, followed closely by his team, although not that close anymore at the end. 3 seconds gap between him and his teammate Olivier Bultink, who is also the championship winner. And also driving for Sim District by Vibe Esport. Then we have in third place Maarten Dekes of Flemish Sim Sports Red. In fourth, it is Maxime Robroek, also Flemish Sim Sports Red. So nice points for the team as well. We have a 1-2 for Sim District and a 3-4 for Flemish Sim Sports Red. In P5, Dieder de Vlaming was running in P3, but at the end made a small mistake and dropped back to P5. And he is racing for Vortex 4. Jesse Hendricks in P6. Had a bit of a slower pit stops, but still P6, driving for Dynamixx Racing Pink. And then we have Glenn Grondelaars in P7, racing for Digitrax Sim Racing Team, followed by Lucas Romano, Vortex 2, also a car that was running in P3, but then at the end had us at a drive-through and dropped back to P8. And then we have in P9, Dries Moujdi, racing for Dynamixx Racing Pink. Was also at the front, but unfortunately got entangled in a car that spun, and then the damage was a little bit too much, and he lost some speed. P10 for Kurt van Hoenacker, racing for himself as a privateer, but a nice championship for him as well. Solid races by Kurt van Hoenacker. Next we have Dirk Bouws, Vortex 2. Followed by Jeremy de Boever, Vortex 1, and that's also one of the cars that was in P3, but then had a spin and dropped back to P12. And then we have the cars that didn't complete the race completely. That was Kim Behet in P13. Gilles Philippaerts, probably a disconnection, dropped back to P14. James Slaats, Vortex 4, P15. Guus Franke, P16, Vortex 1. And then Navarro de Boever didn't take the start, and that's for Vortex 3.
All right, that means that that's it. I think the winners are known as well. Olivier Bultink, congratulations on the championship win, as well as Sim District by Vibe Esports. Yes, Goossens Olivier Bultink on taking the championship win as well. Second in the team championship is Flemish Sim Sports Red, and I think, but I'm not sure, it's going to be a close call between Dynamixx Racing Pink and Vortex 1 for P3. I think it will be Vortex 1, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to make a claim on that, but strong championship as well to Maarten Dekes taking second in the championship standings. And I think it will be Jens Goossens taking third in the team championship standings. So congratulations to everyone. Big thank you to Dynamixx as well to provide the league, the championship, and the organization. And then I think it's time for us to close off this championship. What do you think?
Yes, and hopefully we will get another championship again somewhere maybe later this year or at the start of next year, somewhere in wintertime, because like you said, it was a fun championship. We have seen some nice races, clean races. There were some incidents, but no major fuck ups, as they say. So yeah, nice to watch the race, and yeah, always exciting battles and clean racing, and that's what we like the most. So thank you indeed, everybody, for joining the championship. Also, thank you for the people that are watching. Thank you, Jean, for helping out with the commentary and the live stream as well. So yeah, hoping to
Thanks to
see
you as well.
everybody again for some other championship, Dynamixx championship.
Absolutely. All right. Cheers, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you in the next one.
Yeah, good evening and goodbye.